Welcome to Spirituality, Health, Inner Values Academy. My name is Samarpita. I represent the organization at its Cuttack branch, carrying out activities of counseling individuals and coordinating the research program. We have with us the president of the organization, Mr. Azim Dana, with us. Today's Spirituality, Health, Inner Values Academy has the privilege of hosting an hour session on bespoke and bite-sized training for exponential growth in your business, development in your career, and personal and spiritual life, to be taken by Mr. Prakash Chughani from Dubai. I'll just take a moment to introduce him to all of you. Mr. Prakash Chughani is a certified leadership coach and a soft skills trainer who has inspired the transformation of over 2,500 individuals across 11 countries. Academically, he holds an MBA in marketing. He has an MSc in psychoneurologics and some certifications of neurolinguistic programming. He is also an adjunct professor at SP Jain School of Global Management and XLRI. Is a practitioner of meditation for 20 years now and has delivered various self-help talks across the globe. Thank you so much, Baiji, for taking out your time and inspiring all of us for this, for the course that we are going to get trained on how to become a coach. We welcome you and we welcome all the participants who have taken out time and who are here for their development. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Can I share my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so very much for hosting me today and for giving me this opportunity to share in the next less than an hour some of the dynamics of coaching. We taglined it as achieve what matters when it matters, because time is important, time is scarce, time is a resource that once we spend, we don't get back. Every single morning we wake up, we have a beautiful thing that's granted to all of us. Everybody's pockets are filled with 24 hours. Now, how well you spend the 24 hours is really up to you. People have been able to achieve so much out of their lives, people who have the potential to achieve so much of life, but they have not been able to do so. It's just how well they're able to manage this resource of time. Nobody is given extra time, nobody is given less time. All of us have this one resource equally given to us. Yet we can see huge differences in what people have been able to achieve from their lives. And so it's important for us to achieve what matters when it matters. Timing is crucial. And so that's exactly where the entire dynamics of coaching fits in. Support you to get what you want in the particular time that's important for you to get what you want. So let's just take this journey through, and I'm so glad that all of you have been able to make it today. There are so many things that we could have been doing on a wonderful Sunday afternoon or evening, but you chose to be here. You chose to spend some time to see what you can do. At least it may be one step to develop your own, self further in the direction of your own goals. So thank you for making it today. I feel very honored, and I value each and every one of you who are present today listening. But you're not just going to be listening. Let me assure you, this session, there are a few things we're going to take away from here. We're going to try and expand our vision of living. Many times we have a very fixed vision of living. So we're going to try and see how can I expand that for myself? What are the three ways three steps towards achieving any goal that we might have in life? Just three simple goals. What are they? And how can you go through this experience yourself of achievement? So it's not just me going to be talking and you listening, but it's going to be you interacting, you participating, and you taking a lot from today so that you find that after this hour, when you go back, you're not going to be the same person. You're going to be a different person from when we started off the session. That's an assurance. But remember, it's a two-way street. You must promise me that you participate. And for that, let's do one simple way of helping all of us to be fully present, to be fully focused, and to support ourselves. Because you want to spend about, say, next 45 minutes with me here. Do yourself a favor. Bring your mind with you. All of you are sitting physically in front of the screen. You're listening to me, you're watching me, you have your laptop, you might have your phone. Do yourself a favor. Don't just keep the phone and listen to me, but your mind is elsewhere. You're doing something else. Stop everything else. Make a decision. 45 minutes for a massive difference to your life. Just focus on those 45 minutes. It just might be the most valuable time of your life. That's how crucial these 45 minutes are. I assure you, it's amazing. All right. So accept everything around you. Do not get too moved. Don't pull and push too much. Just be where you are. Enjoy yourself. All right. So just take a moment. Pause for a second. Draw all your thoughts inwards. Focus on the now, the present. Many things happened before you came here. Many things will happen operationally after you leave this place. You have to do so much work, no problem. Guaranteeing you that when you stay here, when you go back and do your work, you can be much more efficient and effective. So just guide yourself to this moment. Become still, like a pond which is very still on the surface. Initially, you have a lot of ripples, but now you're going to just sterilize it. You're easing yourself into this session. You're becoming more and more aware of everything around you, what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're feeling, the temperature, your breathing, everything. Become fully aware of everything. Accept everything. Accept your own self. Don't judge yourself. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Like a child, just accept yourself and be open in terms of your mind. Grab whatever comes to you. All right, so if you can do that for yourself and you allow yourself to be here, we are all set to move forward and see what is in store for us in these three takeaways. This is guaranteed, it's for you. Let me start with a little bit of my story, my journey in life. 1995, I passed out of college. University, ranked student, considered to be very smart and intelligent according to the world. So I'm all set to go out and make a difference to myself. Largely, what is my aim in life? To become rich, earn a lot of money, become famous. That was all I had in terms of my passion, my purpose, my reason for existence. Nothing else but money. That was 1995. So I do everything possible to get myself a good job. I see there's an opportunity to go to UAE to Dubai. So I take that flight, I go to Dubai, and then I'm working very hard and I'm trying to see what I can do for myself. Then it's 2000. And this is where there was a turning point in my life. And that's when I came to realize that life was not all about just going out there and making a lot of money and building those palaces of gold and silver and living in them and feeling that that's all I wanted in life. It was at this point in time that my father had passed away. I was about 22 or 23. And so I came down and I was there at the funeral, and I noticed one thing, that my father had developed all the riches that we could probably think about. He got a lot of things for himself. And so then what I said is, okay, 2000, if this is what he tried to get all himself, with all the money, all the riches, but was not able to get them, there must be something that has to be different about life. And so that expanded my entire vision. And I started seeing, okay, there must be something more, something different, something unique that we all must follow and adopt. And so then I realized that I cannot have a tunnel vision about success, about achievement. It just cannot be money. It just cannot be wealth, because physical money and wealth is what my dad had. But he abruptly had to leave this world. And all that he did, he left back within 1 second. And I knew he had so many dreams, so many aspirations, that he was going to do this after this after that after this. He wanted to build something, construct something, do this for his son, that for his daughter. Everything went down for a toss. That was the year 2000. And then we move and progress to 2021. When I did that and I understood what my dad stood for, but it did not really work for him, I said, for me, life cannot just be that tunnel visioned, all about money. It was not how I wanted to live my life, because that's not the legacy I wanted to leave back. That was not what I wanted to take away from me. So I didn't want to leave that, nor did I want to take that was the only thing that I could move with. No, I had to do something more different. And so from that time onwards, I committed myself to 3 very important things. And I can tell you that as we move forward. But in 2021, I can tell you I've been able to achieve those things in the most beautiful fashion. So here are those 3 things that I was able to work on, and I expanded my living. When I went back to the UAE, I said, I have to take care of my body, my mind, and my wealth. That's the BMW. So life can't just be all about wealth in terms of money, but it has to be all these 3 things: body, mind, and wealth. So I said, I need to have a fit body. My dad died of a heart attack overnight, all of a sudden. Never expected that. There was an ignorance about his body. And so as much as I can control, I want to take myself in terms of a fitness. I want to look after my diet, a diet which is not just something that I'm going to eat to live. I'm going to live to eat. I'm going to enjoy what I eat, but I'm going to just live to eat, which is just enough that will take me forward, give me the right amount of energy to sustain this particular body, which is made up of 5 elements. So I'm going to take the right diet. And I'm not going to just eat things and consume things because they are tasty. I'm not going to hurt others to make myself feel happy. So I'm going to take care of my diet. I was going to make my body more useful, not just to myself or to my immediate family, but I'm going to make it useful to anybody who believes that they need some help from me. So that's how I'm going to look after my body and make it useful. Then I said my mind. I need to have focus. There's a long journey that we're going to take. I realize that. It's not about just a year. It's not about 2 years, not about 10 years. It could be 20, 30, 40 years. How do I want to live it? Full of baggage, always carrying some useless thing on my head, some jealousy, some anger, some ego, some grudges. All those things is not going to be in my head. It's not going to be helpful to me to live a life of heaviness. I want to be light, and I want my mind to be light. That was my aim and goal of life. I had to be agile, which means I had to be flexible enough. I'm not just going to have a fixed mindset. This is the only thing I got to do. If this doesn't work, then that's the end of the world for me. I'm going to get into depression. No, I have an agility, nimble mind, a mind that can switch from, okay, this didn't work, let's try the next one. That didn't work, let's try the next one. If this person, SO, they say SW, 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 SW. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone else is waiting. So an agile mind so that I can move. Flexibility was important for me. And last, wealth was important for me. I said, yes, wealth, we cannot ignore wealth, but what does wealth really mean? So I expanded the meaning of wealth for myself. I said, wealth means relationships. You heard the saying, it's not who you know that, it's not what you know that matters, it's who you know that matters. Because we may know a lot of things, but it's the person in terms of who you know, it's what is important. So relationships took priority. Then took values as well with relationships. So for me, it was important to develop certain values and live by those values because I had to sleep peacefully at night. If I just to go out and do things compromising on my values, then I have to face myself. They say you can cheat anybody in the world, you can never cheat yourself. And so then I realized if I do not have these values, then I might have everything else in the world, but I'm going to stay with a guilty conscience. I didn't want that. So my wealth were my values. And so I had to prioritize my values. So if peace was important for me, I'll make sure that whatever I do not disturb my peace of mind. If it was important for me to be able to give love and receive love and not to get hurt, then I would have my actions tuned to do so. Wisdom was another aspect of wealth. For me, wisdom, you've all heard of King Solomon and the story of King Solomon. He was granted a vision by God and said, listen, Solomon, you this person who's really, very, very nice, and you've been really wanting to beseech the Lord. So here I am before you. Ask me for whatever you want. Whatever you want, I will give it to you. That's the kind of opportunity that King Solomon had from God. And King Solomon said, Lord, I don't need anything. All I want is wisdom. Just give me wisdom, and that's all I need. And then they said that the Lord was so pleased with Solomon that because he asked for wisdom, when he has wisdom, then he knows exactly what to do, when to do, how to do it. So he said, because you asked for wisdom, I shall also give you all the kingdoms, all the horses, all the elephants, whatever was considered to be as physical wealth. He got everything because he had wisdom. And so what is the wealth really? True wealth, wisdom. Because it's through wisdom that you're able to get whatever you want in life. And you know how to use it, how to spend it, how to utilize it, and not just waste it. And you know what's priority for you, what is most important for you. So my wealth was my wisdom. And lastly, of course, money was also important for me in terms of my wealth. I had to become financially free. And to me, financial freedom was simple. My expenses that I have must be less than my passive income. So I must be able to have a passive income so that I'm able to live my life. I'm able to sustain myself so that I can do things that I enjoy, so that I can move places, I can meet people, I can contribute to the best of my capacity to all people around. And so it was not just money. So remember, when I was in my college days, I just passed out, went into those places, listening to all those different gurus who are speaking a lot. For me, money was the only important aspect. But now it became a BMW, my body, my mind, and the wealth. All these three were important aspects of life. So this was in 2000, when I had this whole realization with my father. Then I moved forward, and this became clear to me that I had to expand my living vision. I expanded it, and I knew that it's not going to happen overnight. It's not something that happens within 1 second. And it's not also a goal that is going to be achieved and you say, I have arrived, that's it. To date, even right now, I'm still working on my BMW. Every single moment, I'm having my focus clearly. In terms of my body, I'm ensuring that there is fitness there. I'm able to move myself, carry myself, lift myself. I'm having the right diet. I'm able to be useful to people whenever they want my help at a physical level. I'm ensuring that my mind is focused on what matters to me most. And there is lightness. I'm able to put a full stop instantly to things which are not required for me at all. And I'm able to have agility. I'm not stuck in one thing. One worked, okay, didn't work, go on, try the next one. All these things. And my relationships, to a large extent, I know that there's a lot of harmony in the relationships that I have with people. There's a lot of contentment in relationships. They say contentment in relationships are important. One is you be content with yourself, but two, your relationships, whoever are connected to you, need to also be content with you. So I find a lot of contentment in relationships. My values, I hold on to my values and I keep them a priority. Sometimes I say no to a lot of business because they don't align with values. I say, no, sorry, it's okay. I don't want to do this because they don't align with my values. My wisdom, every single day, I make sure that I read something for at least 1 hour every day. I put myself into some spiritual learning, some motivational learning, some reading around how can I be a better person myself. Every day, without fail, I will do that. And in terms of my wisdom, in terms of my relationship, and in terms of my mind, every single day I know that I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I tune myself to see to it that my mind is healthy. Why 4 o'clock? That's how I feel that's the best time, because every other time you have something else that you have to work for. But 4 o'clock, wow, it's the wee hours, the best time for you, most clean slate, and a time when the vibrations are so pure, I can do whatever I want. So that's the mind, that's the wealth. And that's been going on for the past 20 years now, from 2020 onwards till date. Probably I can count on my fingertips the days I missed those morning rituals for myself. And money, today I find myself financially free. And I'm not saying this with any type of pride or anything, just content with what I have. I'm able to meet all my expenses and my responsibilities, as well as those that I have for my family. So that's where I have been able to progress. And that has been what has really helped me is a success formula that I applied for myself. And I realized that if I can take the success formula and help other people to achieve what they want in their lives. But this is what I thought was expansive living. You might have another definition of expansive living. For you, it could be something completely different. But whatever the case may be, and however you look at life in terms of what really means excellence for you and expansive living for you, that's perfectly fine. And that's how you like to see it. It's okay. But I started understanding that if we want to achieve whatever we feel are important to us in life, then there is a certain formula. Would you like to know that formula? Because I'm going to show you that formula now. Because I didn't know that I was actually adopting that formula, and I was going through that formula every single moment without realizing it. And then when I look back now, they say you can connect the dots as you look back, not when you look forward. Now when I connect those dots, I can see that formula working so very well for me. And so when I knew that formula, I said, okay, I need to be able to coach people. So I went out and I started getting myself certified. So I went to different places to learn how to coach people. Not that I didn't know the formula, not that I didn't know how it works, but I wanted to know how people think, how people perform, how people change and transform. What is the best method? What is the way the brain works of other people? And so when I went and started learning, whether it was to do with psychoneurobics, it was to do with psychology, it was to do with coaching, it was to do with training, all these aspects I started going and started learning. And this happened from 2012 onwards. When I saw that I've achieved what I wanted, I left my job that I was doing, a 8 to 5 job in a corporate. I quit the job and I said, okay, I want to learn myself. I want to dedicate my life to learning and sharing and caring and inspiring. And so that's what I've started doing since 2012 onwards. It's been 9 full years, and I've been able to touch the lives of so many people through that opportunity. All right. So what is that formula? And I'm going to reveal that formula to you. And I'm going to show you how you can just follow that formula today and reach whatever you want in life. I've used that. The most successful people in the world use the same formula. And anybody who uses this formula will achieve their goals. They will get what they want, provided they just follow this formula. The problem is that we don't realize the depth of this formula because it's so simple. It's not the most groundbreaking, ground-shattering formula I'm going to share with you. It's a simple formula, but they say what is not common practice is common sense. So we know it, it's common sense, but it's not common practice. It's simple, it's too good to be true, too simple to be true, but this is it. And so let me reveal this amazing formula that worked for me, that works for everybody else, and it will work for you. And we're going to really experience that right now, today, in this wonderful August gathering. So here, let me reveal that formula for you. Achieve anything through the GMA formula. Now, in the chat box, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. What is GMA? It's, as I said, it's common sense, but not common practice. So common sense. What is GMA? Come on, let me hear from you, because I want to make it a little interactive, and we're going to start a lot of interaction after this. So what is GMA? Take some guesses. Come on. Even if you don't know all the G, all the M's, all the A's, try it out. Anything you want to achieve, you use a GMA formula, you will get it. Sunil says gratitude. Well done, Sunil. Good job. It's something else though. M is mindfulness. Fantastic, Amarjit. Thanks for that answer. Sorry. Yeah, Amarjit Kaur. Thank you.
Mind application.
Sorry?
General mind application.
General mind application. Motivated. M is motivated. Okay, fair enough. A is analysis. Okay, you all are close, but not so close. Okay, analysis. Motivation, motivated. Yes, we definitely need that motivation. Mindfulness is a very key part of it. Gratitude. There must be gratitude, constant gratitude, like the gratitude I feel for all of you today for being here. Whoever is here, it's wonderful to have you at this place, because without you, I would do nothing. Okay, so generate. Aim. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, what's the first thing you need to achieve? You need to know what I need to go after. The first one is a goal. The first one is a goal. Well done. Well done. Well done. So the first one, G, is a goal. There's this beautiful saying that the greatest danger for mankind is not that we aim too high and we don't get our goals. The danger is we aim too low and we achieve our goals. So the problem is in our aim. We aim too low. We aim too low. So we must start learning to have aims that are higher than what we are probably setting ourselves for. So the first one is goal. I'm going to go in through each of these. So when you have a goal, okay, I have a goal set. It's clear for me. It's amazing. It's challenging. It's far-reaching. It's making me really push myself. Goals. So, okay, I'm just saying awaken, affirmations, attitudes. Okay, the first one is a goal. The first one is a goal. The second one, okay, I think we can use some of these words that you use for A, but what is M? You have a goal. You want to achieve this goal. What do you need now? Once you have a goal, what do you need? Let's say we all have a goal in life. I want to become so-and-so. I want to reach this particular position. This is how I want to become physically, mentally, spiritually. This is how I like to be socially. That's your goal. Now what do you do next? Okay, good. Management. That's close. That's very close to management. Okay, anybody else? The word M. When you have a goal, what do you do next? Okay, okay. Okay, manifest, management, anything else? Measure, okay, fantastic. Measure is a part of it. Okay, there's a methodology. So you know what you need. Now there has to be a certain method. It could be a tried and tested method. It could be a new method, whatever it could be. But there is a certain way to get to that place. Or there may be 15 ways to get to that place, not a way. So if you have an aim, a goal, there may be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I want to have a good, I want to have a healthy body. That's one aim, let's say. A healthy body. For me, it's fitness. It has to have a strong immune system. I shouldn't be falling ill and I shouldn't be prone to all these diseases. So I need something that's fitness. Okay, so within my capacity, what all can I do? I can ensure that I have a diet, I play, I do games, I go to exercise, I do walking, I do running, I do, gymming, I do all these things. So you have a way, you've got so many ways of doing. These are called methodology. So when you have a goal, if say, okay, I want to have a goal where I want to become very wise. Wisdom is important for me. Okay, so what are the ways in which I can become wise? So you'll have so many ways in which you can do what you want to do. So methodology. So when you have a goal, firstly, your goal is right, clear. You know this is your goal, most important. Then you have the right methodology. Imagine if you have a goal that is not clear for you, then you're doing a methodology which is not clear either. You're kind of doing everything possible, but you don't really know whether you're really going to get to what you want to go to. So a goal is critical. That gives you the direction. Then comes your methodology. That's the methodology that gets you to that goal. And what is A? I saw someone say awaken. Yeah, that was Amarjit G saying awaken. Accountability. Well said. Now you got the right word. It is accountability. Kudos. Kudos to you. Accountability is the way forward. I have a goal. This is the method to get there, or these are the ways in which I can get there. And then there's an accountability aspect. Accountability aspect is what really helps me on a daily basis to take those little bit of those steps in that direction. Okay, so now that we got all those four, Let us experience this. Let's go to the goal. I want you to just do some reflection now. Are you ready for some reflection? Reflection. We want to do some very nice reflection. So please just reflect on this. Look at your magnificent self. When I say magnificent self, it's your most beautiful self. All of us are magnificent. But look at your magnificent self. When you have everything you've achieved, say 5 years from now, look at yourself as the person who has grown from where you're right now. There's growth, right? Constant growth is happening. I'm not the same person as I was yesterday. If I was the same person as I was yesterday, then I wasted 1 day. If I'm the same person as I was 5 years back, then I wasted 5 years. So 5 years from today, I'm sure you don't want to be the same person that you are right now. Otherwise, you wasted that time. You want to grow into being your best self. So think about yourself now. So sit back, all of us, just sit back, and this is time for reflection. This is time for us to really make the best of this session. I want you to look at your magnificent self. You want to close your eyes, you keep it closed. You want to open your eyes, keep it open. But it's good if you close your eyes in case you have anything around you which might distract you. I want you to just, for 1 minute, less than a minute also probably, look at your own self 5 years from now in your most perfect form. Your most perfect form. What are you seeing? Take a minute, because that picture doesn't come instantly. You got to wait for a moment and then design it for yourself. Visualize your most perfect self 5 years from now. It may be 3 years, it may be 5 years, it may be 8 years, but just look at your best self. Okay, just hold on to that image. Just hold on to that image. You don't have to share it with me right now. I'll tell you when to share it with me. That's a nice image. Just hold on to this beautiful image of yourself. 5 years hence, what are you seeing about yourself? Now, I want you to visualize yourself. Usually, this will be a zone that is free from worry, free from stress, free from fear, where you're fully confident, absolutely full of energy. You see your best self. You see yourself fully peaceful, very calm, collected, person who has got, knows what you need to do next. And that's the space you're looking at yourself. So I want you to visualize that self and see what are the most important qualities you value there. What are your qualities, your values? How are you behaving? How do you speak to people? How do you interact? What are you saying to people? All those are important questions you want to ask yourself. What are your qualities? What are your values? What are your behaviors? Now that you have a little bit of an idea of your qualities, your values, your behaviors, what are you seeing yourself doing? So one is your being. The being is about your qualities, your values, your behaviors. But what are you doing? What actions do you see yourself doing? What are some of those things that you do that you feel very, very much aligned with? To the purpose of your life. It really brings meaning to your life doing that. And when you're doing that, you enjoy it so much, you don't even know how time flies. And you're doing it with so much of ease. You don't even have to put effort because you love it so much. The labor you delight in physics pain. When you love something, there's no pain. So what are you seeing yourself doing? Please be reflective. I want you to reflect on all these things. So see yourself, see your qualities, see your values, and see what you're also doing at a physical level in terms of how you're contributing, how you're creating value, how are you supporting others, and you're, of course, supporting yourself in the same way. So here is when you're actually going beyond yourself, actually. Because when you truly start seeing yourself as this person who is in your best self, you're doing much more than what you be just for yourself. You're doing for many more. So what are you seeing yourself doing? What are you good at? What do you think others really want that would be of use for them? Now, amongst all these things that you have created in your mind, I'd like you to now share with me. Please share with me at least what are the qualities that you see in yourself? What qualities did you see, or what values do you actually hold on to that you see yourself 5 years from now? This is what is most important to me. This is my value. I really value this. So I see one of you saying you're totally peaceful and virtuous self. Okay, anything more that you see yourself? I'd like to hear from others as well. What is it that you see in you? What are you seeing your best self as? What are the qualities you're seeing in you? Take your time peacefully as you come out. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Very polite, confident, and helpful. Fantastic, very nice. That's a good image. That's a good image. Anybody else? Just share what you're seeing about yourself as a perfect person. At least your best self. Perfection is nothing but becoming your best self, you know? Visualize that I'm peaceful, calm, light, happy, and everyone around me are appreciated, respected. The whole nature is lovely. Wow, very nice. It's a beautiful vision. Thank you for that. A stable, powerful mind that can pacify agitated minds. Amazing. That's like a purpose statement, you know. So you can see, really, it's like a purpose statement. I mean, that's something, Gurpreet, you have to just take and hold on to and keep this in front of you and constantly remind yourself of this. And all of us actually have to keep these things in front of us. This is a particular process we're doing right now. It's a very quick process, but it's a very deep process. Remember, it doesn't have to be very slow to be deep. It's quick, but it's deep, right? You're able to go deep inside yourself and you're seeing what is it that really makes life meaningful for you. All right. So this is what you hold on to and see how this will translate to a lot of beautiful things in life as you go forward. Right. Anybody else here? So you got some good stuff. Okay. Okay. Let's say you have this now. My next question to you. Choose something that is very important for you, as in terms of, okay, so now that I know this, all these things about myself, what is the goal I want to set myself? One goal. Think of one goal that will help you, not help you, the goal of yourself. What goal do you want to keep in front of you? Considering the fact that you have seen yourself how you would like to be 5 years from now, what is the goal that you want to set for yourself? What is your goal? Right? Don't have to share the goal with me, but let's think of a goal, right? Okay, Dr. Amita has there. Okay, great. So you're always open to new learning and gather more knowledge. A learning student as well as ready to impart and share that knowledge. Fantastic. That's also, I mean, it's a larger than life, which is more like your reason for existence, which is very nice, very nicely articulated. Thank you. Okay, so think about a goal you want to set for yourself based on what you're seeing, based on what you know you would do. So a goal for me would be something like this. Okay, if I ask myself this question, if fear never existed, what would you see yourself doing? If fear never existed, what would you see yourself? Second way of looking at this thing is, if there was no failure, all right, failure is no option at all. There is no such thing as failure. What would you like to achieve? Failure is not an option, okay? What would you like to have as a goal? If you knew that you will never fail, what would be your goal? Another way of looking at a goal is, what would you like to see yourself doing so that you're able to contribute maximum to the world? What would you like to see yourself doing so that you can be able to contribute maximum? Another one way of looking at a goal will be, if money was not a restraint for you. Because many times we're doing a lot of things because of money, and then we realize that, that's not really what I want to do, but I'm doing it because of money. Okay. If money was a factor that you removed off and that didn't really matter to you much, what would you see yourself doing? So these are some questions that you want to ask yourself, and then see how you can project a goal that will support you. Okay, now this is all about the G. So just hold on to one goal just so that we can help you go through the next stages. All right. So Amarjit says, I'm already doing this and I just need to do more of it. So do more of what I'm doing. Fantastic. Very nice. If that's the case, then kudos and well done to you. Now, the second question is in terms of, yes, how can you expand on that particular space and be more and give more and get more in terms of for other people? Here is that methodology. In order for you to achieve this goal, what is the knowledge that you want to develop more? Knowledge. What is the skill you want more of? And what is the attitude you want to have? That's the methodology. So certainly there is a knowledge that will help you to get there. So I want to educate myself on this. I want to know more about this technology. I want to know more about this particular area in terms of an art, science, wherever it is. I need to develop myself in terms of my knowledge. So that's to do with the brain part, all right? The knowledge you want to develop. 2, what are the skills you want to develop? So now there's a difference between knowledge and skill. Skill is the doing aspect. So I know public speaking. I've read all the books on public. I've heard all those best speakers say, when you want to do public speaking, you have to start with a question. You have to start with a beautiful quotation. You've got to stand like this. You have to speak like this. You have to have good eye contact. So that's the knowledge you have learned. But the skill is when I'm doing it. As many times I go up on the stage and I start doing this, to that extent, I'm developing the skill. So what is the skill I have to develop? And so if I need to know first, what is the knowledge I need? Which means I need to read, I need to watch, I need to hear, I need to speak to certain people who are experts, who are gurus, and that's how I'm going to gain the knowledge. And then what is the skill? Skill is going to come from the ones you're going to be practicing, constantly doing it. That's why they say action is power. Knowledge, many people say knowledge is power, but because of the fact that just by knowledge alone, nothing's going to change, they say it's action that is real power. So you need to have knowledge, but you also need to have a skill. And then lastly, you need to have the attitude. So what is the attitude that you need that will support you? What is your attitude towards your own self? So many times you have the right knowledge, you have the right skill. You have it all. Have you seen people who you say, wow, they got so intelligent, they got such beautiful skills, but they're just not able to move forward. The attitude to themselves is very negative. The attitude to themselves is, they look at themselves very low. Oh, I cannot do it. I'm not good enough. And the attitude towards failure. What if I fail? What will happen with this? And then the attitude towards other people. What will others say? I don't want to do it. Why? I don't want to go and do and be the best in my field, in whatever field I feel is the best, because the attitude of what will others say dominates my consciousness, and so I'm not able to move forward. I paralyze my own self, although I have everything with me. So what is the attitude you need? That's a very important methodology. Remember, knowledge is easy, skill is, remember, I wanted to be a good public speaker. I was struggling. I wanted to be a great public speaker. But then I started learning about it. I started seeing people. I used to go to every debate competition in school. I learned it, but I didn't have that skill at all. I never went and did it myself. And what was my attitude? My attitude was, what will happen if I fail? Wow, that fear came off inside me. The attitude of fear was too much. And so I was not able to even do it. And then when I got to college, I said, no, enough is enough. I just let go of everything. I took that sheet of paper, wrote my speech down, went in front of everybody. I just read my whole speech without looking at anybody for 1 second. But then that was the start of the skill. I did not care for failure. I didn't care for what other people say. I said, I'm doing it no matter what, because this is helping me. So I changed the attitude. I developed the skill. And then very soon, I was actually representing my whole university in Delhi for an inter-university, all India inter-university debate competition. So that's the level of of excellence because I was able to do the KSA properly. So you need to think now, when you set yourself a goal, and I think it's good for you to reflect now. I'm just going to give you 1 minute to reflect on what knowledge you need to develop, what's the skill that you need, and what attitude will help you to get there. Okay, now that you have those three, the last one is your A. What is your A? It's your accountability. Accountability is important. So for me to get to have a strong mind, to have a physical fit body, for me to be able to develop my wealth in terms of relationships, in terms of my values, in terms of money, in terms of all those things that were important for me, what was it that I did? I had daily actions. Every day I had to do something. I had some rituals. I had to go and ensure that this is something that, come hell or high tide, I'm not going to let go of this. So what actions do you need to take now? What actions do you need to take now that will help you to get there? That will help you to gain the right knowledge? What actions will help you to get the right attitude? What actions will help you to get the right skills? What are the rituals? No, what is a ritual? A ritual is something, it's a pattern. And why it's called a ritual is it's a pattern. These patterns get ingrained in your subconscious and they become a second nature to you. And that's why you need to make rituals. If you want to have any change, if you want to develop into any goal that you want, you must have rituals. Without rituals, it's impossible to get to that place. These rituals, and why they call rituals, because they're so, they are so, I would say, sacred. They are so sacred. And when something is sacred, you respect it. You will do it no matter what. So a simple ritual could be, what time do you want to go to sleep? What time will you want to have a dinner? What would you like to spend? How will your Sunday look like? What are those rituals you want to develop? Maybe sometimes you're doing some of those journaling. Every night I will journal. Every night I'll write a beautiful note to my own self. An appreciation, a gratitude. Prakash, today I saw you doing this so nicely. Well done. I like to see you do more of this tomorrow, to more people. Continue this. And then KSS. What do you want to keep? What do you want to start? What do you want to stop? So some things you're already doing now, which is going well. Keep doing it. Some things may be there. In fact, no, maybe there. 100% there are some things that are stopping you from getting there to the best possible fashion. What are those things? So you need to do a little soul searching there and say, okay, these are some things I must stop. And some things that you've not yet started doing, but you know that will immediately take me to a very new level. So what are those things that you need to start? So KSS is a beautiful, simple way to see how you can be more accountable. Keep doing, stop doing, and start doing. And last, what is a support structure? So all of us have had beautiful aims in life. We know the methodology, we know the understanding, but hey, you know what? I do it for 10 days and then I go back to square one and nothing changes after that. Why? Because we don't have a support structure. Support structure is something that will help you to ensure that you stay accountable always. Because our accountability to ourselves, we do it. So what is that support structure that will help you to constantly do those things that you're committing yourself to doing? Self-commitment, and then have a structure that will help you to get there. So you have certain measurements. You know whether you're doing well or not. You know how good you're doing. And sometimes the support structure is also about appreciating yourself. When I move a step forward, I need to appreciate myself. Like this child, how much is 50? He says, well, wrong, my chocolate 50 for eating the chocolate because he's progressing, not because he achieved the goal. So for you as well, as you keep progressing, how are you appreciating yourself? How are you acknowledging yourself? How are you making sure that you're measuring and saying, okay, well done, Prakash, you did this, fair enough. You still have a long way to go, but let's move forward. And so that's a support structure that's very critical for you. So that's, in a simple way, I just try to make this as simple as possible. What does a coach really do? What does a coach really do? They help you through these three processes. And first of all, let's say this, you are seriously awesome. If you have in your mind gone through these stages right now with me, and if you've been able to at least boil down to something that you're going to really catch yourself doing well, and you want to pay attention to going by yourself forward, you're awesome. Well done, and congratulations to you for this whole process, for being with me, and for really churning, for reflecting, and for pushing yourself forward. So if you've taken some things of value, I would like you to please write them down, make a note of it, structure it, and then follow that as much as possible. Have a small sheet of paper that you have all these things written on. You can come in one A4 sheet, write all these things down, and place it in front of you. I'm sure those rituals will become stronger, those actions will be done, and then sooner or later, you will start seeing yourself move to such a beautiful height that you never imagined, right? And so now, what does a coach really do? A coach does exactly what I just did with you, but in a more deeper way, in a more longer fashion, till you achieve a goal. So first, the goal, the coach supports you in clarifying what is your aim, what is your goal, and helps you support you do that by helping you believe in your own self. So there's a lot of self-discovery that we start with. There's a self-discovery. We help you understand what are your values, core values. General values we all have. All of us have beautiful values. All peaceful, loving, happy, pure, wise. All those qualities everybody's got. But what are your core values? And then from there, what is your core purpose in life? What will really make you feel that you're contributing? Based on your talents, based on your values, based on what you're good at, based on what you enjoy doing, what is your purpose? And then once we have that, then we start seeing, okay, so what are the goals that you like to achieve based on that? It could be work goals, it could be goals in the family, it could be goals to do with yourself, anything. What are the goals that you want to achieve? And then we'll support you to get to that. We'll get the methodology, all that will get clarified. We'll have you motivated, we'll have you move forward, you'll be inspired. And then there'll also be a lot of accountability. You'll be stretched, you'll be held accountable, and then you will see how all of a sudden, what would probably have taken you 5 years, you can do that in 5 months. That's the power of coaching. I've just had a session this morning with somebody, and he says, Prakash, when I set this goal with you, I thought I'm going to reach that goal in the end of October, but I've brought it forward to July 31st because I can see that I've already almost achieved that goal. That's the power of coaching. When you have a coach with you, you have an amazing way of moving forward. I have just given you an insight of what we can do in 45 minutes, all right? In 45 minutes, what's the amount of clarity that you start getting? What's the amount of drive that starts coming inside you? What's the amount of force that you start having with you? So my question to you, did you find this valuable? Did you find this session valuable? If you thought it was valuable, please let us know. Just say why if you thought it was valuable. Okay, so what we will do now is, from my side, that's really it. From my side, that's all that I have, really. Appreciate your time, your energy, and the time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Baiji. It was a wonderful session, and we are motivated also to take out that step on becoming a coach like what you are doing. For all those who have joined in and for all those who could not join, this introductory session will be extended to a whole 1-day workshop, and that we have planned it to be on the 1st of August. That is the next Sunday.